Yeah. Part 2.
Part 2. So we go now with the second korban, which is the Minchah, which is translated in English as a grain offering. Not meat offering, but grain offering. Okay, the second korban is the Minchah, the grain offering, not the meat offering like in the King James. It's a grain offering. And it's very interesting because the chapter 2 is consecrated of this Minchah. The Minchah offering was also for those who were not able to afford to bring a lamb or a goat or a pigeon. Okay, they were among the poor people. So there was a way to bring an offering also, which is a Minchah, which was burned upon the altar. Now what is interesting is what is the connection with Minchah with us? If we go to the Yeshayahu chapter 66, I'm going to read Yeshayahu 66 verse 20, and we read, it is about the returning of the children of Israel to the land. Very interesting. Also for context, I will read the verse 19. I will set a sign among them, I will send those who escape to the nation, to Tarshish, Pul, Lud, who draw the bow, to Tubal, Yavan, to far off island, that they not heard my fame, nor have they seen my glory, and they shall declare my glory among the nations, the Goim. And he say, and they shall bring all your brother for an offering to Jehovah from all nations upon horses, in chariot, litters, upon mules, upon fleet camels, to my Kadosh mountain, Yerushalayim, says Jehovah, as the people of Israel bring an offering in a clean utensil to the house of Jehovah. So now we have it in English, but we read it in Hebrew. It's very interesting. They shall bring all your brothers for an offering to Jehovah. Vehi vihu et kol achichem mikol hagoim mincha la Yehovah. Mincha la Yehovah. You see, we found this offering, the children of Israel, are compared to the Mincha Korban. Mincha Korban. You understand? So this is something we cannot neglect it.
Because we have Mincha Korban. So you have to translate in English.
Mincha Korban is a grain offering. We cannot, but the prophet used this word, Mincha Korban la Yehovah. So it's like an offering to Yehovah. The house of Israel is representing an offering to Yehovah. You see, it's very interesting. Now,
Book of Acts, chapter 10, verse 34. And then Kepha opened his mouth and said, of a truth I perceive that Jehovah is no respecter of person.
Oh, that is very important to understand. He says he's respecter of no person, and look what he said in the following verse.
But in every nation...
He said, in every Jew?
No,
every nations.
Yeah. He that feared him and worked righteousness is accepted with him.
It's very interesting. Now we go to and works righteousness is accepted by him.
That's verse 35.
Yeah, it's very, very interesting.
Yeah.
So you see, we have to take context of that. That is written in the first century. In the first century, in a moment of trouble in Israel, there was a moment of trouble where we have a split between Jerusalem and the believer in Galilee. Okay, that is very important to understand.
Hot seat.
Yeah.
Galilee and Jerusalem.
You see, so this is very important to understand. So here, now we go to another offering, another korban, which is the shlamim korban. Shlamim, it is related to shalom, complete. Shalom, peace. Okay. And now, it said here, this is the expression of gratitude offered to Elohim. Okay. It is particularly to be offered in the Nazarian vow, the vow for the
vow.
okay. And it's very important to understand. Here he say we read here from we're gonna read from 1 King 3:15.
Okay, just let me read. 1 King chapter 3:15.
No, we take it in English. Yeah.
And Solomon awoke, and behold, it was a dream. And he came to Jerusalem, and stood before the ark of the covenant of Jehovah, and offered up burnt offerings, and offered peace offerings, and made a feast to all his servants.
Ways we have this problem now. Okay.
This verse.
Solomon awoke, and behold, it was a dream, and he came to Jerusalem, stood before the ark of the covenant of Jehovah, and offered up burnt offering. You see? But he said here, Vaya'al, O Lord, Vaya'as, Shlamim Vaya'as, Mishtelechol Avada. It's not an offering, it is a peace offering. Shlamim Vaya'as. Shlamim Vaya'as. Okay? So he has a particular. So now, if we want to understand, we will have to go to the process here. He said in chapter 3 from the book of Vayikrah, he said, and if his oblation is a korban of peace offering. You see? So I go back here.
Where in Leviticus?
In Vayikrah 3. Vehem sevach, as a sevar is you will kill something. Shlamim korbanu. You see, it's a sacrifice. Now we have the most sacrifice sevach, because the sevar is not sacrifice; it's a slaughtering of a peace offering. Shlamim korbanu. If he offer it of the herd, whether it is a male or female, shall offer it without blemish before Jehovah. So it gives the specificity of this korbanu, which must be pure, without blemish. And he shall lay his hand upon the head of his offering, kill it at the door of the tent of meeting, and the son of Aaron, the priest, shall sprinkle the blood upon the altar around. We see the blood is involved. And he shall offer of the shlamim, not the sacrifice, the shlamim, mitzvah, shlamim, of the peace offering, an offering made by fire to Jehovah, the fat that covers the entrance, the fat that is upon the entrance, and so on. He gives the description. So it's very interesting to understand what is the purpose of that from this offering. Okay? So, he said here, we go to Ephesians 2:17. Ephesians
2:17.
Right.
And came and preached peace to you which were afar off, and to them that were nigh.
You see? Colossians 3:15. 3:15.
Colossians 3:15. And let the peace of Elohim rule in your hearts, to the which also you are called in one body, and be you thankful.
Yeah. So how do we have access to the Shlamim Korbanu? Through Mashiach, through Yeshua.
Yeah.
You understand? It is again about our relationship.
Yeah.
You see, we have the relationship which bring the Shlamim, this peace, this shalom, this completeness.
Yes.
You see?
Hallelujah.
You see, this is how we have access to it. And it's very important. When we go here, he explained in the Parashah Vayikrah 3:17, he said, I will read 3:17, he said, it shall be a perpetual statute for your generation throughout all your dwelling, that you eat neither fat nor blood. Because it is part of when they prepare the animals for this Shlamim Korbanu, they remove the fat and the blood. You see, this is separation. A separation, this offering represents a specific for this peace, the shlamim, the shalom, the shalem. You understand? So it's very important. He say here, the given information, which is very interesting, the fat is make the body to sleep, you know, because it's fat, you know, when we are fat, if you eat fat, you will be fat. And then you become, you know.
It's like a pig.
Yeah, and the blood heat the patience. You know the patience we have for things. He heat the patience.
What does it mean?
He heat the patience. He make high blood. He make you high blood. He make you understand?
You're impatient.
Yeah,
Impatient.
the patience, you know, patient. You're passionate for something. Passionate for something.
Passionate.
Yeah, passionate. He heat the passion in you, in somebody. He heat, you know. He heat. So he raised the passion for something, you know, which is not from Elohim. Shalom is a opposite. The shalom is the opposite. The shalom is
incompleteness.
Yeah, you are, you know, you are at peace. You are, you know, you don't have pressure, you know. So this is opposite. So this is why it say the fat must be removed and the blood must be removed. You understand? So, and he said here, he said, because he said in Bereshit 9:4, he said, you should not eat the
fats.
The fat, because the blood is in the fat. The blood is in the life. In Bereshit 9:4.
The blood
The first time he
flesh.
speaks, no, it's already, it is when he speaks to Noah, already. When he speaks about the animals, it's very interesting because already he gives to Noah the instruction how to eat the meat, because before there was no meat. He said here, but flesh with the life thereof, which is the blood thereof, shall you not eat. You see? So the first time he said to Noah, he said, you don't eat the blood of the animals. You see, it's the first time we see that now, because we know that Noah, from this time on, will eat meat. You see? So it's very important to understand. Now, okay.
Book of Leviticus of Vayikrah for.
It's about purification. Purification in order to serve Elohim in truth.
To serve Elohim
in truth.
Yeah.
Okay. So here we read in Vayikrah 17:10-11. Yeah.
For the life of the flesh is in the blood, and I have given it to you upon the altar to make an atonement for your souls. For it is the blood that make an atonement for the soul. This what is the Yeshua did.
Yeah. So we have to be aware of that. Okay. We go now in Devarim 12:23-25.
Okay. The Deuteronomy 12:20-25. Only be sure that thou eat not the blood. Thou eat not the blood, only for the blood is the life, and you may not eat the life with the flesh. Thou shalt not eat it, thou shalt pour it upon the earth as water. So 25. Thou shalt not eat, that it may go well with thee and with thy children after thee, when you shall do that which is right in the sight of Jehovah.
So this is a mitzvah with a promise. If we do that, it will be well with you. You understand? Yes, and the life here is nefesh.
Yeah.
Nefesh.
The life. The baza.
Okay.
The
nefesh is in the blood. Okay.
Nefesh is a soul.
Yeah. Now go to Act 21:25.
Okay. Act 21:25. As touching the Gentiles or the nations which believe, we have written and concluded that they observe no such thing, save only that they keep themselves from the things offered to idols, and from blood, and from strangled, and from fornication.
But the first thing is to idol and blood. You see, the blood. Yeah. The blood is very important. Okay.
Shall we speak about this with those who are newcomers who come in?
Yeah. Look in Hosea 4:13.
Hosea chapter 4:13. My people ask counsel at their stocks, and their staff declared unto them, for the spirit of whoredoms has caused them to err, and they have gone a warring from under their Elohim. They sacrifice upon the tops of the mountains and burn increase upon the hills, under oaks and poplars and elms, because the shadow thereof is good. Therefore your daughters shall commit whoredom, and your spouses shall commit adultery.
Yeah, but you see, the word is here. They slaughter on the mountain tops. Okay, they slaughter. Okay,
Slaughter.
they slaughter. I will look into the Hebrew because it's very interesting to understand the context when we go to Hosea and we say verse 4:13. It's very interesting. You see, they sacrifice upon the top of the mountain, Al Rashai Harim, Yetzabihu. Okay, the slaughter. It is about blood. It is about blood.
Yeah.
This is very important to understand.
Why?
And this is why this is in this passage, which is very complicated to understand when Yeshua speak in Yohanan 6:55-56 when he say, my flesh is food and my blood is a drink. You understand? When we go there, we look into this passage, which is very, very
Where is that?
in Yohanan 6:56, 55-56.
Okay. So now Yeshua is speaking now in the soul, or in the mystery or secret soul,
Yeah.
deep. For my John 6:55-56.
Yeah.
For my flesh is meat indeed, and my blood is drink indeed.
Yeah.
Can you see that?
66, 56.
He that eat my flesh and drink my blood dwell in me, and I in him. So you see, it's opposite to what is written in the Torah. You don't eat the blood, but Yeshua said is make a metaphor or allegory.
So now, this is something we cannot take in the literal,
No,
because it's absolutely forbidden by the Torah.
no.
So Shaul give us an explanation in 1 Corinthians 2. 1 Corinthians
Okay, we're gonna read 1 Corinthians 2,
11 to
11 to
15.
15. For what man know the things of a man, save the spirit of man which is in him? Even so the things of Elohim know no man, but the spirit of Elohim. Now we have received not the spirit of the world, but the spirit which is of Elohim, that we might know the things that are freely given to us of Jehovah. Which things also we speak, not in the words with which man's wisdom teach, but which the Spirit, set apart Spirit, teach, comparing spiritual things with spiritual.
Stop. Comparing spiritual with spiritual. So natural with natural, spiritual with spiritual. 14.
But the natural man received not the things of the Spirit of Jehovah, for they are foolishness unto him, neither can he know them, because they are spiritually discerned. But he that is spiritual judges all things, yet himself is judge of no man.
Yeah. So now, I go back to John 6, 55, 56. Okay?
Where?
Like we read before.
Yohanan 6 to 55 to 60.
60 to 61, 62.
Okay. Many therefore of his disciples, when they had heard said, this is an hard saying, who can hear it?
You see the difficulty.
When Yeshua knew in himself that his disciple murmured at it, he said unto them, do this offend you? What and if you shall see the Son of Man ascend up where he was before?
63.
It is the Spirit that quicken, the flesh profit nothing. The words that I speak unto you, they are spirit and they are life.
So now you can connect with 1 Corinthians 2, 11, 15, what we read from Shaul. You understand? It is the Spirit of Elohim that search.
Yeah.
You understand? In us. So if we want to try to understand in a literal, we have problem. This is what they have. They have problem there because they don't understand. You know, he says 64, but there are some of you who do not believe. For Yeshua knew from the beginning who they were who did not believe and who would deliver him up. And he said, because of this I have said to you that no one is able to come to me unless it has been given to him by my Father.
Amen.
You see, from then on, many of these taught ones withdrew and were not working with him anymore. He was this taught one, this Talmidim.
Wow.
Oh yeah? Yeshua therefore said to the 12, do you also wish to go away? Then Shimon Kepha answered him, Master, to whom shall we go? You possess the words of everlasting life. And we have believed and we know that you are the Mashiach, the Son of the living Elohim. Yeah? Yehoshua answered them, I have not chosen you, the 12, and one of you is of devil. He was now speaking of Yehuda from Keriot, the son of Shimon, for one of the 12 was about to deliver him up. You see, people were shocked. Imagine, there were Hebrew people who do not understand. So don't be surprised today that the people do not understand the image that Yeshua is using to explain things. Of course, he's not speaking about his own flesh and his own blood, but it is in a relation like the korban is, the purpose of the korban is to bring somebody near to his creator, to Elohim.
They back out.
You see, they don't understand. How much more today? How much more today?
Yeah.
So when we accept that, to understand that the Torah is teaching us something. The Torah is teaching us something. Want us to learn something. You understand? But if we stay in the literal, we have problem. This is why it's boring to read when you don't understand. It's boring because it repeats, you know, and you see, but yes, today is not temple, we don't have to. No, it's not about the temple, it's about you and me. It's not about the temple, it's about you and me. In my relation with Elohim through Yeshua. That's it. It's really amazing. It's really amazing. You know? Now.
Because I
What?
finish the time.
Okay.